It's 7:21 Central African time, and it's time for us to take a look at this story now. And it takes us to Matters Zimbabwe. And I've got to tell you, it's a fascinating story, and one that's caused quite a bit of anger. And let me tell you a little bit more about this. Zimbabwe's First Lady, Auxillia Mnangagwa, is expected to attend and speak at the First Lady's African Impact and Resilience Summit in London this week. But her inclusion has sparked protests from exiled Zimbabweans who say that her presence contradicts the summit's values of integrity and compassion. Following public pressure, a British MP pulled out, and organisers are now facing growing calls to remove Mnangagwa from the programme. To unpack this, we're now joined by Vengai Mutsawu, who's a Zimbabwean rights activist that's based in the UK. Thanks so much indeed for joining us, and welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much, sir. And it's good morning to you. Thank you.
So what is the main issue Zimbabweans in the UK have with the First Lady attending this summit, Vengai?
Yes, the main issue with the First Lady being the speaker at such a high profile, if we look back into the human rights history of the country, what is actually going on with the current regime, we don't think Mrs. Mnangagwa is the rightful person to be standing in front of people, given this platform to talk about women empowerment. Yet we have got several women in Zimbabwe who are being abused, who are being harassed by the system. Yet Mrs. Mnangagwa remains silent about all those human rights violations against women. Thank you, sir.
All right, so what do you want to happen?
What we want is to get the summit organizers remove Mrs. Mnangagwa as the speaker of this event and replace her with someone else, because she is not a human rights activist. She can't represent Zimbabwe on such a stage.
We believe that activists staged a protest and submitted letters of complaint. What specific steps have you and others taken to formally raise your concerns with the UK officials or the summit organisers themselves?
Yes, we have emailed summit organisers, Flare Summit organisers, and we tabulated why we think Auxillia Mnangagwa is not the candidate who can be given that platform, the speaker, why she can't be there, like human rights violations perpetrated by the ruling ZANU-PF and the Mnangagwa family themselves. So we tabulated and emailed to the events organizers. And we also petitioned the British Prime Minister to say the Flare Summit were not supposed to invite, and Britain were not supposed to give this lady, Auxilia, the platform.
I'm also hearing that one British MP has already pulled out of the event. Do you think that the pressure of this campaign is working, and are there indications that others might follow this MP?
Yes, we realized that one of the MPs pulled out and said she's going to get her name removed from the website after we bombarded the email address with our concerns. That is when she wrote back to us and said, I'm not going to be part of this. I don't know why the organizer have put my name there. I will get my name removed. And that was actually done. The name was removed from the panel of speakers.
Some are arguing that Auxillia Mnangagwa isn't an elected official, and so targeting her is unfair. How do you respond to those say that criticism should be directed at President Emmerson Mnangagwa rather than his wife?
If we look at Auxilia, she's part of the family which is running the country, the Mnangagwa family, and as well, she runs her own charity in Zimbabwe, which caters for women, and all the resources she spends around the country. Yet Zimbabweans are suffering, and as a mother of the country, she's supposed to be speaking out and try to solve these concerns with their husband and their family. Because as we look at it, it's like the Mnangagwa family are running the country. We have got the son being the vice deputy president of the deputy minister of tourism, and her herself being the first lady should have some sort of influence as far as human rights are concerned.
Yeah, and there's also been complaints about how much is being spent on a private jet to get her over there, and that money could be used on serious issues and needs for women back home in Zimbabwe.
Yes, if we look at how much she's going to spend coming to England for 2 days for this summit, that's a lot of money, to around a tune of 37,000 US dollars to that tune. That money can be used in the health sector. We have got a situation like a singer who died asking for a painkiller and couldn't get a painkiller in hospitals. There are no medications in hospitals, but the so-called first lady would come into this country to spend to the tune of 37,000 US dollars, which can be channeled in the health sector and buy medication in hospitals. People are dying in hospitals. No clean water in the streets or residential streets. No clean water, and as well. People are suffering, no food, nothing, and the first lady is just silent and is spending money. Maybe she's just coming for a shopping spree in the United Kingdom.
All right, Vengai, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts on the protests over this visit by the First Lady of Zimbabwe in the UK. Thanks so much indeed for your time.
Thank you so much, Sayed. Thank you, Channel Africa. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you so much. That's Vengai Mutsawu, who's a Zimbabwean human rights activist based in the UK. They're upset that the First Lady, Auxillia Mnangagwa, has been allowed to come to the UK and make an address at a special summit using taxpayers' money that they say could be used on other issues, and that also, given the human rights record the country is under, that she's just not the right person to be delivering a speech at a platform such as that. Okay, it's time to find out what's